Hey, it's Monica B, creator of HeyMonicaB.com, a blooming resource on Ayurveda and author of In Your Elements, a blooming Ayurveda guide to creating your best life. Today, I have a really fun and awesomely impactful question that I got from one of you. One of you wrote to me and said, hey, Monica B, what is one small change that I can make based on Ayurveda that would just achieve great results? And I was like, that's a good question. I have like 5, maybe 8 things that you could do. Ooh, she could do this, she could do this, she could do this. And then I was like, dang, she said 1. I got to think of 1. So I thought of one thing that is hugely impactful and achieves great results. And I'd like to actually share the results with you today. So it's not the one thing that I'm going to hang on because it's pretty self-explanatory, but I want to tell you what it does when you make this small change because I think you're going to like them. And so my one recommendation for the small change to make is to make lunch the biggest meal of the day. Have a big lunch. And why do I say that? Because usually we're at work or we're in the middle of our day, we're rushing here and there. We grab something chintzy to eat, right? Like we'll grab a to-go salad, or maybe you just have like a bar in your desk drawer. You're like, I don't want to eat. I got work to do. I want to leave work so I can go to the gym or go to be out in nature, go to my kid's soccer game, do all these fun things, right? Because we're like, I don't want to spend my time eating. I just want to keep moving throughout the day. Well, a couple things that are important to know what happens at that time of day. Number 1 is our digestive fire is totally in alignment with the other 2 fires. What do I mean by that? Well, the sun, first of all, is the giant fire out in nature. And as we know in Ayurveda, we are part of nature. So we follow suit with what nature is doing. So you got this big sun, between like 11:30 and 1 o'clock is good time to eat. Because it's strongest that time of day. And along with that, it's Pitta time. Pitta drives the time around lunchtime. So Pitta energy is there. And the elements that govern Pitta are fire and water. Okay, so then you got another fire. And then the third fire is actually within us. It's called Agni. It's our digestive fire. And there is no other time throughout the day that our digestive fire, digestive power is as strong as it is at lunchtime. And so Agni's ready. It's saying, give me some food. I'm ready for the challenge. And so if we just give it something chintzy, it's going to burn through that really quickly. It's going to leave us feeling weak and tired in the afternoon. It might leave us like super starving at dinner then because we actually didn't eat enough at lunchtime. And so that's number 1 rule. All 3 fires are in alignment at that time. So feed it. Feed that fire, because leads to my second one. Like I just mentioned, if we don't eat a good lunch, you're going to get those like 2 o'clock, 2:30 slumps. Anybody feel those? You get those in the middle of the day and you're just like, oh, I can't even wait until 5 or whenever you go because you don't have the energy because you didn't eat enough food. Agni's done. It's like, did it. What else you got for me? And then you might have like going snacking. You might reach for simple, easy things like the cookies over at the printer. I don't know if your office is like that. We always had cookie crap over by the printer. And so, you might go reaching for something like that. You might go to the vending machine. You might snack, and not even be aware that you're eating, right? And so then what happens is the third thing is that we'll come home and eat a large dinner. And with that large dinner, it can actually hamper our sleep. If we have too much food at night, we might get burp-ups or heartburn or just feel like a super heavy sluggishness, which doesn't give us good quality sleep. Agni, don't forget, is buried underneath all that food. Why is it buried? Because it's not stronger anymore. It follows the strength of the sun. So when the sun starts to set, on the horizon later in the day, around when we have dinner, our Agni does too. It's like, I'm done. I did my work. Peace. But then you dump all this food on it that you didn't have earlier in the day, and it's like, oh, all of a sudden Agni's buried underneath all of this food. It can't make its way through that food. And so we might have sleep problems. This leads me to number 4. We actually might wake up so sluggish then because we're not efficiently fueled. We don't have the lightness, the airiness, the fieriness to actually wake up with vigor and vitality because we have all this old food stuff sitting in there. Does that make sense? And so what we want to do then is that big lunch will promote us having a smaller dinner, and the big lunch will carry us through the afternoon, It will give us all the energy that we need. We'll feel sharp, we'll feel smart, we'll feel creative, we'll have energy. We'll have energy for our kids' soccer practice or for that gym workout or whatever fun things we're doing after work, because we're not going to be starving out of our head. And then we'll be able to have a light dinner. We won't need as much food, which is perfect. Agni can deal with a little bit of food at night. It's kind of like you doing the bulk of your work during the day and then coming home, and you can do like light emails or like a little bit of light housework. It's not a big deal. But if you were to step in the door and somebody gave you all the work from the day that you were supposed to do all day and were like, by the way, you need to finish this between the hours of 6 and 9. Thanks. You'd be like, no way. I'm not doing that. Agni says the same thing, and it hangs on to food for a while too. And so what that can do is it can create my 5th reason, and that is ama, or toxins, old food stuff that Agni can't get through. So it's like I'll push that over there. I'll push that over there. It's kind of like shoving stuff in your linen closet that's like falling on your head. You're like, I'm just going to keep shoving, and I'm going to close the door because none of this stuff fits. Agni does the same thing with our food. So to recap, look at all the things that this one change can do. For the first thing, it can really optimize our digestive fire to work properly, which is like most of the challenge that Ayurveda tries to solve. Ayurveda always makes sure that people have a really well-working Agni digestive fire, because it's the reason why most of us get sick. So number 1, you got all the fires in alignment. Number 2, you're not going to get an energetic slump in the afternoon. Number 3, you are going to sleep better because you're not going to have heavy food sitting in your stomach when you should feel lighter so that you can actually fall asleep. Number 4, you're going to wake up better because you don't have all the old foodstuffs hanging out. And number 5, you're actually not going to get a buildup of toxins, or what we call ama in Ayurveda, because you're actually utilizing your food properly. As a bonus, this also helps weight gain because you're using the food in the middle of the day so that you can use it all day long, and leaving nighttime to get really good sleep and rest so you can wake up fresh the next day without having all this old foodstuffs hanging around. You got it? Do you like it? I hope that makes sense. All right, here's your challenge. For next week, I want you to really think about making this a practice. Maybe you plan ahead, you're gonna have to bring your lunch, or plan ahead on where you can find some food that's nice and fresh and healthy for lunch. Make lunch the biggest meal of the day. And I want to hear all your stories after you have tried it. You can go ahead and comment below, or you can comment below on your plan on what you're going to do. I would love to hear from you. So that is your challenge. If you want more Ayurveda, I did write a book. It's called In Your Elements. You can find it on Amazon. It's kind of a roadmap of Ayurveda with diet and lifestyle. It teaches you all kinds of cool things like this that you can use in your daily life. So grab a copy of that. Be sure to like this video. If you learned something today, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to seeing you next time as we keep bringing Ayurveda to life. Mwah.